Wow. Hello, hello, good people. How's everyone doing? Whoa, I guess I'm really stepping outside of my, really stepping outside of my box, stepping outside the box, I guess. I'm just stepping into something new. Anyway, hello, hello, good people. How's everyone doing? Thanks for joining in. Thanks for tuning in as I talk about my pathway to financial wealth, building my financial wealth by way of stocks and crypto. I'm still trying to get my foot in here. Uh, I said I was gonna start dropping content Sunday at 5 o'clock, which means I should already have it recorded so I can drop it at 5. By the time I got myself together, get my thoughts together, and what have you, 10 minutes to 5. Then hadn't already recorded nothing, so guess living up to my word, here I am. So bear with me as I get to find my groove, I guess. Let me just say Happy Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day to all of the wonderful mothers out there. Happy Mother's Day. I trust that everyone has had themselves a good day. Um, I've had a pretty good day myself. The only thing it could have made it better if I was home in Mobile to be with my mother. But that's neither here nor there. I'll be there home in Mobile uh, Memorial Day weekend. I'll be there Memorial Day weekend. Um, was trying to find something, but anyway, let's can't find what I was looking for. So with that being said, we would just have to drive on, right? Nothing stops the show. Um, on today, I'd like to talk about a few things. I was thinking that thank you, Miss Bridges. Happy Mother's Day. Anyway, um, so here we go. I was thinking about a few things at the last minute as I was trying to put something together to discuss on today, talk about on today. Like when I first got started in this game, that was in March of 2020, March 2020. Anyway, when I first got started, the first thing I did was downloaded Robinhood, and I'm going to have to give Miss Bridges her credit, because if not, I will hear about it later. So I had heard about Robinhood either through the internet or a commercial or something, and I said I'm gonna get around to downloading that one day and get started. Well, long story short, yours truly was taking his slow time to get around to it, and my wife, Miss Bridges, she downloaded it, and I was at work one day, and I got an invite to join Robinhood. I'm like, well, what is this? She beat me, much as I be trying to tell her to do things. So I called her and she told me, yeah, I downloaded. They gave me one free stock and yada yada yada. She was so excited. So I say, well, you beat you got ahead of me because I've been planning to do this. She said, yeah, woulda, coulda, shoulda. Go ahead, download it. So to shorten the story, I went ahead and downloaded Robinhood. Well, lo and behold, the first free stock that Robinhood ever gave me, the first free stock Robinhood ever gave me. When I downloaded, linked it to my account, what have you, the first free stock they gave me, one whole share. They gave me Walmart. Granted, anyway, the way they do it, it was a box. It was on your screen. You had three scratch off boxes, and you could pick which box you want to scratch. Whatever box I picked, when I rubbed it with my hand and it opened up, it was Walmart. Walmart at the time was 109 a share. So now I'm scratching my head. Are they really giving me $109 share of stock? I did not believe it was really true, so I figured it's probably something just to get me going. I think I downloaded I put $5 in. It showed that it's instantly available once you link your account. The money was instantly available. I said, wow. So um, um, went to some cheap, bought it, what have you. But uh, what I want to talk about on today is being consistent, being consistent at what I call the game of investing. One, being consistent. Two, building your financial knowledge, how to understand the market, how to make wise and sound decisions, right? Um, I know some folks love to talk about, the charts. I do like the charts. I do utilize the charts. My chart knowledge is not where I want it to be. I don't talk a lot about charts, but I do say be connected with folks who are pretty good at reading the charts, folks who make recommendations, who teach you how to understand the chart, how to read the chart, and how to build your financial knowledge via or by way of um, learning the charts. One of my mentors, Keenan Grace, loves to say, trade with the charts and not with your hearts. Let me say that one more time for somebody who have missed it. Trade with the charts and not with your hearts. You are welcome, Miss Bridges. She's commenting on the live, trying to encourage me, what have you, and I appreciate it. Thank you very much. Um, so let's go. We were saying the first thing I did was the first taste that I got that inspired me was I got to Walmart. Just to say further about that. So it's like 3 or 4 days later, I got a notification in my messages on Robinhood showing me that it was shored up and I could do with it more or less as I will. I could keep it, I could trade it, I could sell it, I could do whatever I wanted to with it. I kept it for about, I was gonna say for about four. I don't know how long I kept it, but I did keep it. All right. I had already been acquiring Walmart into another portfolio of mine. It was well, currently it's Charles Schwab, used to be TD Ameritrade. I had accumulated five WalMarts, and five Disney, and Starbucks, and Verizon, Apple. That was about it. And that was just stuff that I didn't want to touch. Just hold on to it a long period of time, see how I do. Didn't even consider myself in the game. It was just something that I had got into because someone had turned me on to Apple a few years ago before that project, yada, yada, yada. So I looked at the Walmart and it was making my Robinhood account look, good, having $100 and some dollar stock, right? So I kept it for a while. I kept it till it ran up to 149. I didn't intend on selling it, but there was some other things I wanted to take advantage of, and I was constantly adding money to my brokerage account every week. Like every night, I was closing out from my side hustle. I would close out, and I would close out from my side hustle, and I would deposit like $100 into my Robinhood account, right? So where I'm going with this is, um, until you have a taste of success in your financial journey of building your wealth through the stock market and or crypto, until you win a time or two, it just sounds good, it sounds interesting, and you can hear what everyone else has done, but you haven't really tasted yourself, you haven't seen it yourself, so you be trying to figure out, is there really something to this? I mean, I hear what everybody's saying, but I'm not seeing it for myself, so what's really to this? Okay, so yeah, so head to Walmart. It ran up from 109 to 149. I sold it, put it to use. So my first taste of winning in the market was when I got that free share of Walmart, right? I was meeting people every day. I was talking to them about investing, and I would, if they say they wanted to get in, I would send them a Robinhood invite. Therefore, I would get a free share. They would get a free share. Well, once you get the time, I guess there was a promotion. I didn't exactly know about the promotion. I just knew about, you get somebody in, both of y'all get a free share. I got after I got 5 people in, then I got like 3 free stocks because the promotion what they had going on, you get for every 5 people you get in, you get 3 free stocks, right? So I ended up with Ford because that's the stock I kept receiving free. I kept receiving Ford, so I ended up with like 5, 6 shares of Ford. So then I started adding to the Ford. Right, it was cheap. It was like between $5 and $7 at the time. But anyway, I digress. I wanted to point out how the first time I won was with the Walmart share. I want to talk about the free stock, okay? And then what happened? 3 weeks in, 3 weeks in, 3 weeks into this financial journey, I had 5 stocks I was watching, right? I had 2 water stocks. I had 3 water stocks. I do not remember the name. This was what, 4 years ago. I really could go back and research my Robinhood account, see what it was, but that would be a whole lot of turning and whatever. I don't. That's not really necessary. That's not the point of the name. It's not the. It's not the point of the name of the water stock I had. The point is, I had 2 water stocks. I had 3 energies. I had put $20 a day into each one. That's 5 stocks. Wow, $20 a day, $100. I already said I was putting $100 a day into my brokerage account. So the first day, 20 into the 2 waters, 20 into the 3 energies. 5 stocks, $100. Did that 3 days in a row. $300, $60 into each one, right? Okay. After 3 days, I moved on to something else. So it was a $300 pot in 3 days. Moved on to something else. 3 weeks later, I had a notification one of my waters went out of business. Lost the $60. 60 out of $300 pot. One of the entities went out of business. I've told this story before, so it might sound familiar to somebody, but there's a different take on it I'm trying to point out. So one of the 3 energy stocks went out of business, lost the $60. So from a $300 pot, I lost 60 times 2 is 120. I lost 120 from 300, right? The other water that survived went from 17 cents to $2.01. And I had like 327 shares or so, somewhere there about. That was a $500 profit for that position. The other energy that survived went to 201, from 17 cents to 201, another $500 profit. And then the other energy went to 301, and same thing, 327 shares at 17 cents, came up around $700 profit, right? So from $300 in 3 weeks, I lost 120. Out of the 180, I made 1700 in 3 weeks. All right, that's the point I'm making about consistency. The consistency is I'm at the game every day. Well, let's just say every week. You wanna be consistent with your investing. Okay, so you want to build. You want to try and build strong positions, right? Now that would depends on how much the stock or crypto you're buying, right? So if you can find a good stock that's beat down to a good price, right? The 17 cent, I ain't gonna say it's unrealistic because you can find stock 17 cent and some crypto probably 17 cent. But what you're learning from myself and my mentors and somebody who could really turn you onto the game of finance of investing and building your financial knowledge and your wealth. At this time, what we have going on, being that the market has been beat down, both stock and crypto. Yeah, I still play with cheap stock and crypto, but the safest thing you can do is invest into good, solid companies. Good, solid companies are not going to be 17 cents. And it may take you longer than 3 weeks. But if you're building your financial knowledge, you're getting into the right stock and crypto. When it runs up, it may take longer than 3 weeks, but will greatly, it will put to shame the small gains that I made, right? So that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to turn you on to sound game that could really help you build your financial knowledge and help you build your wealth, right? So, last week I was talking about ICP, so we're gonna stay on point with ICP, not jump around. Now, as I talk about ICP, I would be remiss if I did not say the number one crypto, the number one and number two crypto. Number one, for anyone who don't know, is Bitcoin, right? Number two is Ethereum, right? You cannot lose with Bitcoin and or Ethereum. Granted, there are some other great opportunities out there in the crypto world. There are great opportunities out there in the stock world, but you can't lose with um, Bitcoin and Ethereum. So we're talking about ICP. ICP right now is what? I could put it up on my tablet, but I'm sitting in front of the computer, right? Might as well put it there. Let's see here. Got the light on in my face and got the glasses on that don't work the best for me when I'm sitting at the computer, but you know. So ICP at the time, at least what it's showing on Robinhood. You can't buy it on Robinhood, but you can research it on Robinhood, right? ICP right now is $11.73 a share, right? Okay, then you could look and see that ICP all-time high. Its all-time high is 750, right? But you can just look right here. I'm looking at a chart on Robinhood, April 30, 2021. ICP was 630. And it looked like it was 630 for a long time. If this chart is, you know, I'm not gonna mess with that. But anyway, like in February of 20, April 2020, like you're saying, 2021 as well. I started. Okay, well, it's showing me sometime in 2021 it was $630. Maybe it was, but I was not paying. It was not on my radar at the time. It got on my radar probably. This is 2024. Probably got on my radar sometime in 22. No, probably November of 21. Got on my radar probably around about that time, November 21. And in November 21, if this thing will show me, if I had to guess, it would have been around November 21. It was apparently it wasn't on my chart at that time because it's saying it was $53 first week of November 21. And when is this chart saying it fell? So it's saying it hit $5 in June of 2022. So I think it got on my chart, at my radar, probably around October, November of 2022. And that's when somebody pointed out to me. So $5. So at $5, we're talking about stock or crypto. And it all depends on what your pocket allows, right? So, well, man, in 19 minutes, I don't want to be long tonight. So, if we talk about ICP, it was $5, right? So right now it's up to $11. Okay. Even at $11, depending on what your budget is and how much you're investing every week, or whether you're investing every 2 weeks or you're investing once a month. $11 is a good price where you could accumulate a nice amount, right? We talk about crypto. So when you talk about crypto, you have to understand the phases, the seasons of crypto. You have two main seasons of crypto. You have crypto winter. Crypto winter it lasts around 2.5 years, right? And then you have the Bitcoin halving. Bitcoin halving is where what it goes into when it wakes up from the winter. So Bitcoin halving happens every 4 years. Last one was in 2020. one before last was in 2020. The last one we just happened, if I'm not mistaken, somewhere around the 24th, or like the probably the last Friday of the Friday before the last Friday of April. So that's when you had the Bitcoin halving, right? So what happens after the Bitcoin halving? The Bitcoin halving is a process. You need to look it up. I talk about it all the time. It's a process that happens. You don't have the price of Bitcoin. You have the reward that the miners get for mining Bitcoin. So every time you have your Bitcoin happen, you have 12 to 18 months. Let me repeat that. 12 to 18 months. So the 12 months you have where crypto runs up. 12 to 18 months. So after that 12 months, that next 6 months, it's not written in stone, right? Not everything runs up at the same time. You have your altcoins, your bank coins, your stable coins, what have you, cryptocurrency, right? So um, a lot of things started running earlier this year than normal, and a lot of analysts are crediting that to the spot Bitcoin ETF. That's all we're gonna say about that. But you have 12 to 18 months where crypto runs up, right? So it's a great opportunity to make some money in crypto for the next 12 to 18 months, right? So we're talking about ICP. If it's at $11, expect sometime between now and the next 12 to 18 months to run back or hit all-time highs. The name of the game, and I'm sure we've all heard it before. You buy low, you sell high. Depends on when you get in the game as to how high you can sell it. So the all-time high is 755 CP, but right now it's $11. So if you're buying at $11, let's say you buy 2 to 5 coins a week. So in 1 month, 4 weeks in a month, that means you would have eight to, let's see, 4 weeks. 4 times 5 would be, when I said let's say 2 to 5 coins a week. So let's say 5 times 4. 5 times 4 is 20. So you would have somewhere between 8 and 20 coins each month, right? So let's say 12 months from now, no, let's say 3 months from now, it runs up to 100 and some dollars, and your average cost is $11. Can you see what that profit would be? I'm not gonna even do the math right now, but let's say you buy a stock like Shopify is beat down. I've been talking about Shopify for the longest. Well, Shopify is beat down, and so let's say you bought Shopify right now. It's somewhere around. Bear with me. Let's see. Shopify right now is somewhere around, fluctuating around right now, $59 and some change, right? So let's say you bought Shopify one a month. 3 months from now, it runs to its all-time high in the last 52 weeks is 52-week low is 45.50, and the 52-week high is $91. So let's say you purchase a couple of shares of Shopify this month, next month, and the following month, and your average price is $61. And all of a sudden it runs back to the $91. Here's what we're talking about in consistency in investing. You want to invest you want to invest as often as you can, but you only want to invest money that you're not going to need for at least a year. You got to give your money time to go to work. We work. We put in our 8 hours a week, 8 hours a day, 40 hours a week, and we expect a paycheck, right? So you have to give money an opportunity to work. Good thing about it is it don't work 8 hours a day. It works 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. It doesn't go to sleep. It doesn't go on vacation. It just go to work, right? So the name of the game is to be consistent. You want to invest weekly or bi-weekly or monthly, but you want to do it regularly. You want to choose a set amount, and you want to make sure you at least invest that set amount. Sometimes life will happen and you may have to reduce that amount for a week or two or a month, right? Or sometimes like happening, it happens well, and you can increase that amount, right? The more you put to work, the better off you will be, the better return you will get. So, not a few people were talking to me this week saying, "Well, how do you know when to take profit, when to sell? How does it manifest itself?" Uh, some of my mentors like to mention in the stock market, the price is not really the profit or the loss is not locked. Excuse me, not locked in until you sell, right? So if you buy something and it runs up crazy and you don't sell, so you watch your portfolio run up, but you never take any profit. It's wise, as some folks, the wise man says, it's better to at least when it runs up, at least pull out your initial investment, leave it in your portfolio, look for other opportunities to get into to put that money to work. So once you pull out your initial investment, then you're playing with house money, right? So whatever you make from that point is all true profits. If you lose some, it's okay because you already pulled out your initial investment and you put it to work elsewhere. So you had an opportunity to win again in this game of um, stock market and crypto, right? A loss is not a loss until you lock it in. It's not locked in until you sell. So if you buy something and you don't put a stop loss on it, you never talk to us about a stop loss. I may not have talked about a stop loss and how it works and how it protect you, but I've said a few times, I've dropped videos, I've dropped shorts, and I've said you need to learn the tools out there, limit buy or the limit sell or the stop loss, a trailing stop loss and what have you. It's different things you could do to protect your money, to protect your gains, right? But you have to get out here. You have to do a little research. You have to figure out how to use these tools. Most of us have regular jobs, and your regular job might not have the opportunity to go and see what's going on in the market and take advantage of something when you see it run up or you see something falling, and you might need to get out of position or reduce the size of the position. But if you set a stop loss, it'll automatically trigger a sale when it falls to a certain price, and hopefully you would have sold in profit. Keyword sell in profit. Now, on the other hand, when you sell, your money basically is in your portfolio as buying power. At least in stock, it will be sitting in your portfolio and it's buying power. If you have a crypto account, then your crypto account will read, at least on crypto.com, it'll read that it's in your fiat wallet. And so when you sell it and you leave it in cash, it can sit in your fiat wallet. When you see another opportunity to reinvest the money, then you money sitting right there for you to reinvest it. So it's about being consistent, whether you're doing it weekly, bi-weekly, or monthly. And it's about building you a nice, strong position, right? What's the value of building you a nice, strong position? The first value of building you a nice, strong position, the stronger your position, the higher your gain, the higher your profit, your increase. And another key factor about building a nice, strong position, when something start running up and you have nice, crazy profits and you want to pull some profit, if you have a nice, strong position of double digits, 10, 20, 30, whatever, double digits or triple digits or bigger, then you can sell a portion of your profits, sell a portion of your position to see if it's going to continue to run up. So let's say you buy it at less than $1, it run up to $10. So you're happy, you hold out, it runs up to $20, so you sell. And let's say your position is 90, so you sell 35 on, right? That's more than your initial investment anyway, right? So you sell 35 and you're happy with the, 35 times the 20 some dollar price, which is basically $20 above if you bought it under $1 and it runs up, right? So let's say a couple of days or a week later, it runs up another $20. So you sell another 10 shares, right? Well, you can do that if you have a nice strong position. But if you have less than 10 and it runs up crazy, it's decent profits, but the profit don't look good if you close out the whole position. Then you watch it run up another 30, 50%, 100%, 200%. Well, if you would have built a nice strong position. So the strong position gives you room for growth when it runs up. Strong position gives you opportunity to sell off in portions versus selling off the whole position. So you can continue to make money as it runs up. Okay, I'm getting ready to close out, but I wanted to talk about at least share something in the stock market to help build your financial knowledge, to help grow your wealth, right? Build your wealth. The stock market can do amazing things. Crypto can do amazing things, at least in my opinion. In the few years that I've been doing this, I've learned how to really have no limit as to what the stock market can do for me or what the crypto market can do for me. For example, right? Nvidia, I'm not gonna go play with the chart to see when, but Nvidia was under $200 like a year and a half ago or so, right? And in the last 8 months, it's been up to 970 a few times. Less than 200, 970. That is the difference of how a stock market can really um, bless you, really increase your financial wealth, right? So you might say, well, I didn't have $195 to buy Nvidia. Well, as you build your portfolio, you have whatever's in your portfolio. So if you build your portfolio up 10,000, 20,000, 30,000, what have you, and you see an opportunity to buy a good stock like Nvidia under 200, okay, if you add into your brokerage account every week, let's say you add 100, 200, whatever. Okay, if you only add 200, that's only one share. But if your portfolio up in double digits, you can go some of the positions in your portfolio, some of them that may be up a nice profit. You might want to sell a couple here, a couple stocks out of this position, a couple stocks out of this position, a couple stocks out of that position. You might free up 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, whatever. You could drop that on Nvidia when it's at a good buy price, right? And then when it runs up, yeah, when it runs up, you'd be happy with the run up, right? You can pull out your initial investment, which will still leave you with a few shares that's still running up, right? This is how you make money in this game of investing. Buy low, sell high. What is crypto, what is stock, you have to be able to identify of what's a good buy-in price. You have to identify when it's at its top. If it's at its top and you buy it at the top, the only place you're going from the top, 9 times out of 10, is down, right? So then you're gonna be mad if you buy 5 shares when you buy it when it's up and it falls down 10%. 10% don't seem like the money when you're trying to make it, but when you're losing it, you're like, man, look at what I lost. 10% of 970 is, that's 10% of $10, not a lot of money. 10% of $100, not a lot of money. 10% of $500, it gets your attention, right? 10% of 1,000, it gets your attention, right? 10% of 100,000, yeah, it gets your attention. So as I get ready to close out, we just came out of crypto winter. We have 12 to 18 months. Now there's no telling which crypto coins are going to run when. I mean, the charts tell you these things. You want to learn how to read charts? Check out Keaton Grace. He's pretty good at teaching you how to read charts. Check out Stockmo. Stockmo is pretty good at teaching you how to read charts. Check out Stocks with Josh. Josh is excellent with teaching you how to read charts, how to understand charts. But great things ahead on the horizon. Um, you have to be patient. Patience for me when I first started with 3 weeks. And, today might be a different story because of what's going on in the world, what's going on in our economy. But if you be patient, okay, I'm not gonna ride, I'm not gonna beat that dead horse to death. But let's be patient. Don't know if I'll be doing live again anytime soon, but I had to because I didn't get the content out ahead of time. I will start doing a better job of that. Just bear with me. With that being said, I wish you guys all the best. Take care and be blessed continually, my friend.